Hi, good morning. My name is Daryl Ingram, and I'm applying for some Nova Scotia Rooms funding for a project related to urban cycling. It's a bit of a snowy day here in Pictou County. A nice day for cycling nonetheless. I just got up one of my bikes that I enjoy riding probably most, and we're going to head off to my work, which is at the Nova Scotia Community College, and I'll probably take some pictures as we go. To show you what pleasure there could be in, I guess, commuting by this method. I just have a small pannier on my back. I'm not dressed as a cyclist. I'm dressed as a teacher, I guess, and a commuter. The only thing I'm going to do is put on a hat, because I need one, and a helmet, and off I go. So we'll talk to you soon. I guess just before I leave, I'll talk a little bit about my bike. It's a bike I've had for some time now, probably since about 1995. It was bought at a retail store, but I was fortunate to find what I was looking for in a bike sold there. I've taken this bike on a 3-week trip through Newfoundland back in the 90s, and it's my bike of choice, but it's very much designed for commuting right now. Up front, I just have my light. To the left there, you see a mirror. That's flipped forward right now. I use it when I'm cycling with my children. Bottle cages, you can see a rear rack and a pannier. There is actually I guess an attachment for a trail bike there. I do have fenders on this ride, and there's other things that I can take on or put off as I feel is needed. This is an ideal commuting bike. It's sturdy, it's geared right, it can carry cargo, and it's comfortable to ride. So that's the steed I'll be taking to work today. Okay, what I've decided to do is pull out the camera while I'm on my way to work. I've just come down about 1 kilometer of, I guess, urban road and crossed over the main road into Westville, Main Street. Very quickly I'm on what I would consider an ideal cycling road. You can see there's a lot of, what do I call them? I do have a name. Areas that are wooded through corridors through Westville, and because of that it's a nice drive, and also there's very little traffic. You just see one car pass there, but really there's not much. This could be an easily designated preferred cycling road or cycling priority road. The other thing I noticed when I was just cutting across Main Street is that the street is wide enough to put down a shoulder stripe, just a white line on the right hand side already, and just designated as, you know, bicycle lane. No construction, just some paint and I guess a big machine that does that, and you're golden. So anyway, and I was thinking as I was driving in here, if I'm not successful, I guess, I don't like to say that, but at getting this project off the ground, maybe I will turn my attention to directing. And if this goes viral on YouTube, I may have to decline any money that I entitled to receive. Thank you. I may have a little treat for you here. I just passed a white-tailed deer, which is very common right at this bend in the road. It seen me and ran off behind me, so I don't think we're going to see it. Nope. That would have been nice to have that in my commuter video. Okay, so I've traveled about 4K, I think, to my destination, which is right here. It's the Nova Scotia Community College Pictou campus. Great place to work. Lots of trades technology, great people to help you out when you have a question or a problem. So the commute's been good. You can see it's snowing quite heavily now, but it was enjoyable. Lots of Santa Clauses along the way, windows, doors, yards, cars. So there's the campus. That's the door all entered. And We do have a bicycle rack out back, but this is very close to my office, and I could actually get my bike indoors here. So that's my plan. So now the return trip later in the day. So it's about 4:30 on Thursday. I'm just heading out of the office to ride back home. That's simply all I need to take right there. So I'll grab my pannier, my gloves. My helmet is on. My office. Goodbye, office. And heading down to leave the building. Just gonna turn. There's my bike. I have the luxury of just leaving it there. And that's where we're going. See you when we get home. Alright, so I just came off of, it's called Acadia Avenue, I think, and it connects with Westville. I'm on Drummond Road right now, which is, as you can see, a nice quiet road. Connects, probably the best way to connect between Westville and Stellarton on a bike. I had to come uphill, so if I'm breathing a little hard, that's why. It's very much twilight and quiet. It's not uncommon to see deer through this little part, so with any luck we might see one of Santa's reindeer. This time of the year, it's highly probable. Anyway, nice ride home. Talk to you soon. So just a quick note, I've reached the after-school program where my kids are at, and I just did this to show you that it's very easy to go about your regular day by bicycle. We're only about a 5-minute walk from here, so from here I'll walk the girls home with my bike. So here we are back at what is currently my shop, a very small shop in my basement. In fact, half of my shop is dedicated to bicycles. You're looking at some of the bikes that I currently own. Some of them I picked up, and others are ones I got from the landfill. In fact, those ones that are over here in the corner that are completely disassembled are ready to be sandblasted or stripped and painted, and then reassembled using some of the existing parts that are still here, and some new parts that I'll be bringing in to bring them up to the quality or standard that I hope to achieve. So when I piece this all together, hopefully you'll get a better sense of what I hope to do, and I think the difference that it'll make in some people's lifestyle and transportation issues and so on. That's a nice little bike picked up from the landfill. It's going to be for kids, and hopefully maybe it'll increase the amount of time parents and kids spend on their bikes together, doing family things and getting around the county, I guess. Well, thanks for having a look and a listen, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Take care. Just to wrap up, I'm going to be working hopefully with municipalities and other groups to help promote this cultural change. I don't think it's a solution to our transportation problems, but I think it might be part of the solution. And I just think it's something that regardless needs to be done for various reasons. And so that's why I'm taking up this project, and I hope that you see some merit in it and potentially consider me for funding. I'm sure we'll be chatting at some point anyway. So thanks for the opportunity, and there's my favorite bike right there. That's my Surly. I do a lot of cycle touring, so transportation on bike is something I'm passionate about, and I know a fair bit about, as well as servicing bikes and so forth. So I think this is something I can make work. I'm going to start on a small scale at first, but I hope it's going to grow rather rapidly. So anyway, once again, a second thank you, and hope to hear from you at some point. Bye for now. Hi, my name is Daryl Ingram, and I'm about to submit an application for funding from Nova Scotia Moves. That's a picture of our Christmas tree. Merry Christmas. My proposal is for urban transport that involves cycling. That was my wife's bike.
As we go along, I'll explain the project, but there's a really nice bike that I picked up, and it's going to stay as is. I'm just going to take you into my workshop. The proposal is to use cycling. You can see some of my bikes hanging up there. And in fact, what I have going on here is a project where I take bikes from landfills and I refurbish them. But they will be different than second-hand bicycles. They will be better, in fact, than most bikes that would cost an equivalent amount. In fact, you're looking at parts there. You're looking at a few disassembled frames that are getting ready for painting. You can see my workshop's not very big. And these bikes will be completely stripped down. They'll be repainted, so they have a nice new shiny finish. They will be upgraded. Many of the bikes that I collect have low-end components. So we'll increase the component so that the bike rides quite well, and will probably retail for about between $100 and $200 depending on the bike. But it's a much better value than anything you buy at a department store for the same amount. And most bicycle shops are much more expensive. The other thing about these bikes is they're going to be completely suited for commuting. I hope to help develop a bike culture that is focused entirely on commuting, transport, lifestyle, and so on. And I guess it's probably best said in my proposal, but this is a project that, regardless of funding, will go ahead. It just depends on the scale.